from Iowa Falls, Iowa, is Troy Wachschka.
His father made a good pass. I believe he's currently in second place. No, moved down further than that. A good pass. And here comes Troy. Got the front end up. There's a young man that truly has had an outstanding year. His first year as a professional touring puller, and really done a great job this year.
And Troy Wachschka from Iowa Falls, Iowa, comes in with the distance at 163 feet, 7 inches.
We're in the middle of the tractor competition as we get down to Richard Popham out of Floresville, Texas, with the Outlaw Windblown Chevrolets. He and his father run a dairy operation in the Floresville area, and he needs to go a full bull. Art Arfon's the only one that has made the trip tonight with the competition. Richard has watched the rest of the pullers go. He should have the track pretty well dialed in as far as what to do on weight, but one of the things that's working against him is the deterioration of the track. Each time the racers go down the track, pullers go down the track, they tear the track up. We're trying to pack it back as close to the first puller as humanly possible, but we all know that just doesn't happen all the time. The slack comes out of the chain for Richard Popham and the Outlaw out of Floresville, Texas. Here's a heavy-hitting young man. The track has just played havoc on the last part of this class. The guys not being able to get a hold of it, not able to put enough horsepower down to the track to make that full pull. A good job. Maybe another 100 on the front would have worked a little bit, as he's already got quite a out of there. But you see right there, it gets a little high on him. It starts to drift to the left-hand side of the track. He's touching the brake to pull it around, keep it inbound, lets off of it, just bring it around and get enough traction on the front tires to jerk it around so it doesn't go out of bounds. A good run for Richard, but just couldn't put the program together for a full pull.
So the champion for tonight is Art Arfons of Akron, Ohio. He was the only one to go with a full pull in our modified tractors competition. Coming up next, we'll have the monsters, but before we do that, let's go to Mike Gallaway and a special guest to learn more about the monster truck competition.
Well, we're just about ready for monster truck competition, and Jim Kramer, driver of Bigfoot. Jim, what's it going to take to win this competition tonight?
It's going to be fierce here in the World Finals. I tell you, it's a heck of a course out here. The trucks are starting at the base of the first hill, accelerating over the first hill, coming up to a pyramid of cars. We're talking 12-foot high, 40-foot long, coming off the pyramid of cars, hopefully very fast or quickly, hitting the second hill, making a sharp corner either right or left, depending what track you're on, getting as straight as you can, and then barreling down the straightaway, hitting 6 cars, over 6 cars, and across the finish line. This could be very, very exciting.
Jim, what will the drivers be thinking about when they make the curve?
The curve is going to be one of the really toughest parts of the track. It's you've only got about 36 usable feet. If you stretch it out, you might be able to get 40. That's really tight for a monster truck. Drivers have to be, of course, accelerating, coming over the hill, coming to almost a complete stop, making the corner, get back on the gas, get straight, like I said, because it's very important to be straight for that last set of cars, Mike. The last set of cars are going to make you or break you here.
Well, Jim, I'm going to take you upstairs, and we're going to watch the monster competition from upstairs, and we'll be back with the battle of the monster trucks in just a moment.
And let the experts talk about it, starting with you, Mike.
I think it's going to be great competition tonight for the simple reason that we're running this pyramid of cars, and this is the first time we've seen this in a dome stadium like this. Jim, how tough is the pyramid of cars?
Well, you take the whole track, Mike, just sitting here looking over it, I'd give it a degree of difficulty about number 8 in a 10 scale. You got to start off with a jump, run about 60 feet under acceleration, hit this pyramid of cars. Cars are roughly 12 foot tall, about 40 foot long. You got to climb those cars, and the first 2 runs are going to be difficult because it's going to be hard to do. Get those cars crushed right for the subsequent runs. And once you're over that pyramid, hit the ground, run about another 60 feet, another jump. You have to charge the second jump, immediately put on the brakes, try to make either hard right or left turn, depending what track you're on. Then race down and hit these 6 cars for the ending. And you've got to hit those cars and under speed and hit them straight. If you don't, you're liable to see monster trucks careen to the left or to the right up on 2 wheels or whatever.
Now it's time for the monster competition. And we're going to take a look at Bigfoot first. and Rich Hauser will be doing the driving.
Off and running with Bigfoot. Rich charging the cars. Now here's the big tough part, over this pyramid. And he's doing it. He's got about a truck length on the Duraliner Giant over the last hill, getting some air. Here's the tough part of the course, according to Jim Kramer. He makes a tight turn, and now he's got the straightaway down the front chute with Bigfoot. He's got to line up and hit the cars on the run. He's got a big lead up in the air. Over. It's going to be a Bigfoot victory in the first round. Duraliner Giant runs into problems, but Bigfoot takes it home. Duraliner Giant standing it right up. Duraliner Giant standing it right up on the rear tires. As he charges the cars, a true competitor. He knows he's out of the race, but he puts on quite a show for the people. And the Duraliner Giant. So the Duraliner Giant falls to an early elimination. As Bigfoot takes home a victory. Now, this is going to be a good race. This is Excalibur against the Virginia Giant. And this Excalibur truck has really been charging hard. Mike Nichols up against the Virginia Giant, Dale Wilson. I don't believe I could pick a favorite on this.
They ran together about 2 weeks ago, and I was there. Excellent run. Excalibur just, he's a little bit slower, say, on the turns, but excellent on the cars. This man hits the cars wide open.
I've seen him do that a number of times, and if there's any way to go over him, he will go over him very quickly.
Now you take Dale Wilson, a man of experience here. He can do it all. He can hit the cars. He can make the corners. He's a very good competitive truck. Never count Dale out.
Dale's always tough with the Virginia Giant truck as they're staging him up to the line. The winner of this will advance to the second round.
And the idea here is, Mike, is make the best run you can, keep your truck together, and keep it running for the next round, because you don't win a race.
Dale's got an early lead, but right, this is what's going to tell the tale. Excalibur almost goes over, but he gets a good hold shot on the Giant. Dale Wilson is putting on a charge, a good quick turn. Dale making a very tight turn. Now it's a straight shot at the cars. Who's it going to be? Dale Wilson is lined up. Dale seems to be in good shape. Watch out, Excalibur's making a charge right at the last minute. It's Dale Wilson. Dale Wilson really putting on a good drive. I think Dale used his head pretty much on that pass. Well, here's where the Virginia Giant leads on him and heads down the straightaway. Here's where he's got a lead. Good smooth jump.
Really smooth. Notice he's coming down. The tire speed's still up. Maintaining control. About to get on the gas one last time to make that finish line.
Very good job. Dale Wilson advances the second round with the Virginia Giant. Fred Schaefer on the far side in barefoot. Of course, the ever-awesome Don Maples on the near side. Both of these trucks are quite a bit heavier than some of the other trucks.
Yes, they are. They weigh in about anywhere 15,000 to 18,000 pounds. But then again, they have 1,000 to 1,200 horsepower, where a lot of these other trucks you just saw run only 700, 800 horsepower. It's hard to control horsepower, especially on a track like this. You got to get on the gas, get off, but try to maintain a smooth run. And your engine is so responsive. You hit those cars wrong, you're going straight up in the air instead of making forward progressions. You've got to try to keep that motor under control, and we're going to see who's going to be the master of that track.
Cars are looking a little worse for wear, especially on this pyramid, but that's kind of good for the monster truck drivers, isn't it? When they get them crushed down, it makes them easier to go over.
It does, but you notice the pyramid in the far lane is getting a definite lean toward this side of the building, and that tends to throw the truck off to the left. The last racer came off to the left.
This is a close one. Fred Schaefer's having problems, as you mentioned, controlling that horsepower. Look out, Fred Schaefer up on two wheels. Up on two wheels with barefoot, and he's still got a problem. Easing over. I think Fred has really kind of stunned himself. He thought he was going to go over. It's a tight turn. Fred Schaefer makes the turn. He just comes for the cars, making a good, strong pass. Schaefer taking out a victory as Don Maple just really puts a lot of air on the Samson truck.